Space Marines are a step above a normal human, and organ-wise, they are 19 steps ahead. Well, 22 steps ahead for the primaris. They start out as young adolescent boys chosen for their potential, conditioned in ways that will kill any other human being, trained in all forms of combat, and lastly, implanted with gene seeds that are germ cells which grow into a specified organ that work alongside other normal human organs to enhance and amplify the Space Marine's strength, durability, and abilities to the moon. Here in this video we will discuss about the 12 strange and unique abilities that a Space Marine has due to these gene seed attack and survival organs. Let's get to it. Wait a minute, but firstly, we will start by introducing the organs that amplify or enhance a trait that a Marine already has as a human. Let's start with the metabolic gene seed organs. Okay, so for respiration, which for you who skipped biology class, isn't just breathing in and out. It's the conversion of oxygen and food particles into energy in the cells, and is almost synonymous with metabolism. Here we have the first organ, the secondary heart, then also the hemistamen, and the multi-lung. They all do pretty much the same job in different aspects. Then to assist the excretion and detoxification, especially if the Marine accidentally ingests poisons, the oolytic kidney will kick in and eliminate the harmful substances. There are also the ones I term as skeletal-muscular gene seed organs. These increase, strengthen, and amplify the growth and development of the skeleton and muscles of the Astartes warrior. The os modular strengthens and speeds the development of the Space Marine skeleton by causing his bones to absorb a ceramic-based mineral. By releasing a flood of human growth hormones into the chest cavity, another organ, the biscopia, boosts skeleton development and muscle fiber density. The amplificat also does the same thing, but it is only found in a primaris Marine. Then we have the belisarian furnace, which boosts healing and growth of the muscle fibers and revitalizes the Marine. The sinew coils, also found only in the primaris, is a gene seed organ that are metallic cables placed in the tendons and ligaments for added grip and extra power. Now that we are done with the dull stuff, let's get to the freaky ones, the gene seed organs that give the Astartes abilities that are just considered both weird and awesome. Let's start with the mucranoid. Implanted at the age of 16 to 18 in the central nervous system, this responds to harsh external chemical stimuli, causing a Space Marine to leak a waxy protein compound similar to mucus from his pores, sealing the skin, and probably comes out from down under as well, sealing his balls too. Cocoon in this fashion, they enter suspended animation. This is kind of like a hibernation that allows them to survive alone without sustenance for long periods of time. The mucus cocoon also protects them from the void of space. Imagine being able to sleep off in the middle of nowhere when there is no battle to fight, or you're just stranded waiting for help. Next, the Becher's gland. This is another weird organ that a Space Marine receives in the rigorous procedures in the later stages as a neophyte, around the ages of 16 to 18. It is a type of attack organ and also a defensive one. The Marine gets the ability to spit out a strong acid from the glands that are implanted around his mouth. These implants are more commonly used to aid the digestion of unusually difficult or impossible things to eat, such as cellulose and space broccoli and also KFC. Many of the Space Marines that use certain gene seeds like that of Rogel Dawn would have lost the ability. But others, well, let's just say that they can literally fight tooth, spit and nail with the Tyranids if they have to. Next, the melanochrome. Okay, so what is the main danger when someone goes beyond the protective layer of the atmosphere and into the void of space? Radiation, of course. There is a higher chance of a normal soldier dying of cancer or radiation poisoning than being eaten alive by a Tyranid, Orc or Chaos. This gene seed organ changes the pigment cells in the skin, allowing the Astartes skin to protect him from radiation and heat. Because of the changes in the melanochrome organ's gene seed, differing doses of radiation also induce variances in skin color in different Marines. This in short makes the Astartes skin into an anti-radiation shield. And also, this organ would have been in very high demand back in the days when the Necrontyr were just the Necrontyr and not Necrons. Okay, so next we have the sus-an membrane. Also known as the hibernator, a neophyte gets this gene seed at around the age of 14 to 16 years of age, so somewhere in the middle of his Astartes training program. Its name, sus-an, isn't really because a girl named Susan created it, but it's short for suspended animation. I would also like to point out that the gene seed augmentation process into a neophyte isn't an all-in-one go. It's a step-by-step process that takes up to 19 or 22 different surgical procedures, starting with the secondary heart at the age of 10 and ending in the black carapace at the age of around 16 to 18. Anyway, the sus and membrane, Susan, is located near the pituitary gland and it allows a mortally wounded Astartes to survive his injuries and bring the metabolism to a standstill until he can receive full medical care by the apothecary. Then we have the homophagia. So if you think those abilities were strange, then get ready for a roller coaster ride. Did you know that having secrets and hiding information is almost impossible? And Astartes can just munch on your brain or any part of your body and instantly know your deepest, darkest secrets. The name of your crush, even how many times you log into Pornhub at night. This organ is transplanted into the upper spinal cord in the nervous system at the age of 14 to 16 and is designed to absorb information as well as DNA, RNA or protein sequences connected to experiencing of memory. This allows the Space Marine to gather information for survival and tactical purposes. But the dark side is that some Space Marines get a craving for flesh, be it alien xenos or even human. After that, we have the catalepsian node. So this one is also implanted in the middle of the neophyte's training years, around the time when he has mastered fighting forms and has experience in combat, probably after serving in the scout squads. This implant enables a Space Marine or one in training to avoid sleep by entering in an almost comatose state in which their thoughts recharge. It also permits one half of the brain to slumber while the other hemisphere stays attentive, eliminating the necessity for typical sleep's unconsciousness. This is the literal sense of sleeping with one eye open. The catalepsian node is implanted in the back of the cerebrum and modulates the two brain hemispheres for this particular sleepless function. Now there are two organs which work hand in hand, the neuroglottis and the preomnor. Both these are implanted around the same age, when the young neophyte is around 14 to 16 years of age. The neuroglottis, implanted in the mouth, allows an Astartes to biochemically evaluate a wide range of stuff purely based on smell or taste. What it does is biochemically test diverse compounds for toxicity and nutritional content and determining whether the item is edible or poisonous. This is something that Gordon Ramsay himself would be jealous of. The preomnor, on the other hand, is a biological purifying chamber that is implanted in the chest cavity and connected to the digestive system. It can evaluate ingested substances and counteract the vast majority of known biochemical and inorganic toxins. This makes the Marine almost impossible to assassinate by food poisoning. So we have 4 more organs, 2 of which we could classify as audio-optical sensory gene seed organs. The first one is the oculobe, and this primarily function is to enhance the eyesight of an Astartes to superhuman levels, and even conditioning the Marine's eye to see in the dark, kind of like a form of night vision. This organ is implanted along the optic nerve and connected to the retina of the eye, kind of like a Samsung S22 Ultra macro lens. The second one is the layman's ear, and what this organ does is enhances his hearing, which is pretty obvious by the name itself. It also prevents dizziness. You might think that that's not a big deal, but remember that in battle, the winner is determined often by split-second decisions, and getting dizzy might just be a death sentence. Second last organ, the Larraman's organ. This organ is implanted at a later age and is located in the chest cavity. It releases a peculiar type of cell called, wait for it, the Larraman cells. These biosynthetic cells serve the same physiological function for an Astartes that platelets do for a human body, clotting blood lost from wounds, but they do it faster, more efficiently, and at a higher rate. So when a Space Marine is hurt and loses blood, his circulatory system releases Larraman cells, which are linked to the body's normal leukocytes, the white blood cells. They produce scar tissues at the site of the injury in seconds, preventing substantial blood loss and wound infection, of course. Despite the horrific wounds that frequently incur the Space Marines, the functioning of this organ is one of the reasons why the Astartes are considered as almost unstoppable and difficult to destroy. Lastly, the black carapace. Implanted just before being announced as a battle brother, this neuroactive fibrous organic material is implanted beneath the skin in the chest area of the neophyte's shell-like ribcage, making it the final and possibly the most important of all gene seed implants. Neuron connections develop inward from the implant and connects to the Space Marine's central nervous system. Also, pre-cut points in the carapace prior to implantation by the apothecary are effectively neural connection points, allowing an Astartes to directly interface his central nervous system with the machine spirit of his suit of power armor, allowing the suit to provide enhanced protection and combat maneuverability as well as sensing the environment. So those are the 12 strange deadly gene seed abilities of a Space Marine. We also have the progenoid gland, but its only function is to create more gene seeds for the creation of new Space Marines. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button for support and subscribe, and most of all smash that bell icon for regular updates on new videos here on this channel. Till the next one, take care boys.